etiquette expert Diane Gottsman is joining us this morning, and we're talking about failure. We've all been there, right? But how do you bounce back from failure? It is our etiquette chit-chat this morning. Diane, how are you? It's good to see you.
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. So how did this topic come about?
Because once again, we love viewer questions, and this was one of the questions. What is the secret magic bullet to success?
Okay.
And there's no such thing.
Okay,
so that's what we're going to talk about today, bouncing back from failure. And we are in good company. All of us have failed.
Yeah, oh,
you know,
absolutely.
It's a fact of life. Yeah. But did you know that Walt Disney was fired from his first job because he was not imaginative enough?
You're kidding. I didn't know that.
He wasn't creative, Walt Disney, right? Okay, Steven Spielberg, he didn't get accepted to USC multiple times, his dream school. So, you know, it's all about the journey and how you define failure.
So important.
Failure is just a little blip in the radar screen to a bigger journey. So we really need to think about it and think about how we talk to ourselves, the self-talk. And you know what I think is so interesting is, just think about when you sit down and you think about what you're saying to yourself. And is it, you know, when you mess up, you think, oh God, I'm so stupid. How could I do that? Versus, what did I learn from that? What is the lesson in this?
And what's really important is how you define failure too, right?
That's
because you can look at it as just a little thing. And failure is not a problem for me. I just get back up. I don't know how that happened or what, but I think I've just learned a lot.
Okay, you're a glass half full versus
like,
a glass
cool. We'll figure it out next time.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need to say. You know, when we're younger, and we need to teach our teens this. Failure is part of life.
Right.
So just get right back up, because the people that don't get back up are sure to fail. They're not going to succeed. There's no journey ahead. You know, if you're driving in a car, here's a good little test, a litmus test, and you think about how you talk to those other drivers in the car, and well, it's kind of an indicator of how you talk to yourself too.
I do that.
You do?
Yes, I yell at every driver.
You're an aggressive driver?
I am.
Okay.
I have to yell.
Well,
but I don't
you just
yell at
blew
myself.
my indicator. Okay. Have you ever been fired?
I've never been fired. Not yet.
That's too bad. I think everybody in life should be fired once.
Yeah.
Because it teaches you something.
I have tried out for things
and
not gotten them. There were jobs that I applied for that I didn't get, and someone else got it, and, you know, I was like, well, why? What's better about them?
Right.
You know? But that's when you have to try again. And that's something that you mentioned. There's no magic potion. It's hard work.
There is no magic bullet. And this is how it all came up. They said, okay, what's the magic bullet to success? The magic bullet is hard work, preparation, a little bit of failure along the way, and get back up.
It's so true. You know, we're all adults, but we deal with this a lot. And for whatever reason, I think I failed enough growing up that now I'm cool with it. But, you know, it's so important for kids to realize it's not the end of the world. And I think once you realize that, it kind of sets up who you turn out to be.
That's right. You know, failure gives you a story. Now, I'm not saying we should live in failure, but what I am saying is we should use that. Look at your competitors. Look at the people that you admire and see what they're doing right, and use that as the role model. They're not your enemy. That's going to give you the incentive to improve.
So true, so true. You also say don't stop until you get there, and that's something that's really important, because a lot of us will give up and we're not even halfway there.
That's right. And you know what? You have a little rock. It's like riding a bike, and there's a little rock, and you get off course, and some people just get off the bike. So you have to get back up and get going, and you can change the course.
Right.
Don't get stuck with just one journey. So if it's not working for you, and you have sought wise counsel, and you have researched, and maybe this isn't the direction I want to go. I'm not saying be a quitter, but I'm saying always look. You can always reserve the right to change your mind.
As an etiquette expert, I'm sure you have a good answer for this. In a work situation, you worked really hard at something, your boss believes that you failed at it. What's the correct reaction for someone our age who's working? How do you react when that happens in the workplace?
A couple of things. If your boss feels that you failed at it, you know, talk to your boss and not defy your boss or be aggressive, but just say, you know, this is why I took this direction, and I really want to know what you see, because I want to make you happy, basically. But don't let it stop you.
Yeah.
You know, you just keep going, and that sets you apart from those that are going backwards. You're going forwards.
Great conversation this morning. I love it. And I know Diane loves getting questions from you guys because they always make for great segments. So let me give you Diane's information. Diane Gottsman is with the Protocol School of Texas. You can find her online, psotx.com, dianegottsman.com, or call the number on your screen, 826-74.